Um, and I think that's a little bit, as a great segue, a little bit of brutal honesty for the administrators who listen. And so we say that tongue in cheek. This is something that you and I have talked about on the podcast before. We've certainly talked about it in our EC cohorts before, about the idea that, like, brutal honesty is such a shitty phrase to begin with. And this was brought back to the light. And I know we mention Ed Silva all the time on the pod, and we are going to get him on. We're just sorting out availability, but he texted a group chat the other day and essentially said, like, why is honesty, why does that need to be brutal, and like why can't we have compassion or empathy and things like that? Like, why is it brutal honesty and that's the go-to of how we deliver feedback? And so I don't think this necessarily is going to be a long pod episode, but I'm hopeful that it's impactful, just from the standpoint of, like, you and I think are in complete alignment, as is 98, 99% of our EC fam that we've talked to about this. Like, brutal honesty is bullshit. And there's nothing that should be brutal about communication or communicating or connecting with somebody else. To me, that's complete, absolute, like, abdication of responsibility, especially when it comes within the power dynamic of the coach to the player, the supervisor to the employee, whatever it is. Brutal honesty, to me, is a substitute for effective communication in a tough situation. And I put tough, like tough in quotation marks, because, like, what is really a tough situation when you're talking about putting a ball through a hoop, like kicking a ball into a goal, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I think brutal honesty is a complete lack of perspective.